the share of cost of living from the average salary that you have there? Like, do you think that it's easier for the normal people to get to the end of the month, or it's easier? Do you think it's easier in Spain?
It's interesting. I think that the problem in America right now, and a big difference that I've seen here in Spain versus America, which is also a shock for me, is a lot of people use things on credit in America. And the way that you guys use credit cards, at least here in Spain that I've seen, was actually shocking for me. I actually just looked this up today because I saw an article about it. But the average person in debt in America right now is $6,000 in credit card debt. In Spain,
The
it's really
worst,
hard to do that
the
because
worst kind of debt that you can have is the credit
the
card
worst
one.
kind of
It's
debt you can
crazy.
have. But here in Spain, if you have a credit card, at the end of the month, it's whatever you have credited is taken out of your bank account, whether you want to do it or not. In America, you're given the option to like not pay it, but obviously you accrue interest on that. And that's where a lot of people, and American credit is actually at like the highest rate it's ever been, and it's growing. That's like one really interesting thing here. I think it's easier, I think, obviously, to arrive to the end of the month here in Spain, just because I think besides rent, overall, it's easy, I think, to survive if you really needed to. I would say, like, I mean, it's not a pretty meal, but yes, you could have a meal for under, €2 if you really needed to. You can keep your groceries really low. You can keep your electricity really low because, yes, it is cold, but like I currently don't have my heating on at the house because, you just put some socks and some sweatshirts and it's good. It's pretty mild weather here. So I think, well, I will say I do have a little heater here, but in Barcelona, yes, a tiny one, but only in this office, nowhere else. But I think, yes, it's generally easier, I think, to arrive, to the end of the month with your salary. But there is this whole cultural thing that I didn't, because in America, you get paid usually bi-weekly. It's really weird for me to hear in Spain, you only get paid the end of the month. And I'm like, I could never budget myself like that. I need to get paid every 2 weeks. Like, that's just how the world works in America. So that was another thing for me, is realizing that like there's like this end of the month slump where like people, you're kind of like dragging yourself to the finish line, where like nobody's like going out for dinner right now because it's the 29th. You're getting all the frozen pizza out of the freezer. Like, you got to make it to the end of the month because nobody's getting paid yet.